Started hearing about this next story several weeks ago with questions of what's going to happen with the Sangamon County Rescue Squad. It's a group of first responders who show up to scenes that not many of people can have the guts to show up to, and doing all kinds of rescuing type of operations. But there seems to be a bit of a reorganization of sorts that's happening, dealing with training for the Sangamon County Rescue Squad and decisions being made by the Office of Emergency Operations and Emergency Management here in Sangamon County. So to help shed some more light on this for those of you out there, let's talk now with Sangamon County Administrator Brian McFadden here with Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk. Brian, thanks for taking time. How you been?
Good. How you doing?
Good. All right, so I guess let's get to the crux of this. What's going on with the Sangamon County Rescue Squad?
Well, as you mentioned, for some time now, there's been an effort to revisit and update the standard operating procedures, the SOPs of the Rescue Squad. They haven't been updated in some time, and through that effort, and really that effort is trying to address, really revolves around the structure of the Rescue Squad, the training, and the record keeping of the Rescue Squad. And through that effort, it was determined it was discovered that the Rescue Squad was not adhering to its own bylaws, its own standard operating procedures, which require an EMT certification to be a member of the Rescue Squad. So we're kind of in a transitional period where we're moving from the old SOPs to a new proposed SOPs, but both of those, the old and the new proposed, would require a medical certification, which many of the Rescue Squad members do not have at the moment.
So what does that mean, though, for emergency operations? I know the rescue squad's shown up to a variety of different scenes, sometimes diving into a lake somewhere, or a variety of other types of emergencies that they may show up to. What's going to happen in those particular instances?
So, as you mentioned, the Rescue Squad, really their main focus is through a dive team, a K-9 team. They also provide support services at a fire scene. They're not firefighters, but they do provide support services there on scene. So they are in a stand-down position right now. It's the decision of the County Board Office to do that because discussions with both county attorneys and our insurance providers, and there are very strong liability concerns that if their own rules say they have to have this medical certification and they don't, there's a high risk of liability. So what we've done is put them into stand down, and we are arranging for that training to occur. I think most everyone involved in this understands that there's a need for this training, even if you're doing a K-9 rescue, you're combing a field for a missing senior citizen or child. There's always the potential for a medical emergency involved with these things that the Rescue Squad does. So we're trying to get that training in place and get everybody up to speed with their certification. I want to see that happen as soon as possible.
Yeah, talking with Brian McFadden, Sangamon County Administrator, about the Sangamon County Rescue Squad, part of the Office of Emergency Management in Sangamon County. How's this going to be paid for? Because from my understanding, these are volunteers. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. It's a volunteer squad. You're right. The training will be paid for by the county. Traditionally, the Rescue Squad is paid for that. They have fundraisers. They have a chili supper and things like that. But one of the things we really need to address is tightening up the training, both the actual training itself and then the record keeping that comes along with that, to make sure we know the situation of everyone on the Rescue Squad. I mean, we want a Rescue Squad. These men and women provide a very valuable service to the community with what they do. So we want to see them back in action, but we don't want just a Rescue Squad in name only. We want a high quality, highly trained, qualified Rescue Squad, and we need to have the data to back that up.
Brian McFadden, lastly here, and just kind of to reiterate an earlier question, what should people, should they have any concerns about getting rescued in case of an emergency if this rescue squad is on stand-down orders? Well,
ironically, the Rescue Squad does not have a mandate to do what it does. It's provided this service for quite some time now, probably 50 or 60 years or even longer than that. The folks that are required to provide those services, whether it's a water rescue, often falls, water or K-9, anything like that, often falls to a local fire protection district or the Department of Natural Resources. So there are OEM has checked, and there are backups in place in case something does come up in this interim period when they're temporarily offline. So that is important. It wasn't an easy decision. I mean, it's a tough decision because, again, these men and women provide a very valuable service and are respected for what they do, but they were not certified to provide the medical assistance, and that is part of the requirement to be on the rescue squad and to perform the services that they do.
Brian McFadden, greatly appreciate you taking time and shedding some more light on this issue. I imagine we'll talk about this in the future and maybe some other issues as well. All right, we'll talk again soon.
Sounds great.
It is Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.